Can you hear me? Oh my God, I give you so much information and no one get this. This is not good. Okay, tell me, do you want me to start from the beginning? Because no one couldn't hear any sound. So that's not good. Like I'm hearing many people here talk about it. Oh, okay. Let's start from the beginning first. I'm really sorry. Like I thank you for telling me that. Okay, it's like the setting was off. That's why no one can hear my voice. I already went through about the 1/3, but I'm going to start again. Today gonna be a little bit longer than 30 minutes, but at least we have to get some information, everything. So let's get started again. Okay, today is the ketogenic diet part 4. I will cover type of ketogenic diet and type of exercise and the relationship between liver and ketogenic diet. This is one of my favorite topics, and I hope you love and you take some good stuff away and you apply for your meal plan. So let's get started. The first type of ketogenic diet. Mainly we have 3 different type of ketogenic diet. The first is we call SKD. SKD is a standard ketogenic diet. This is mainly like we already covered in the before previously ketogenic diet. So I'm going through one by one, but mainly SKD. And another one is TKD. TKD is a targeted ketogenic diet. And the last one, final, is cycling ketogenic diet. All these 3 different type of ketogenic diet is because everyone have a different body condition. Everyone has different lifestyle. So depending on your body condition and your lifestyle, you want to choose the right type of ketogenic diet. So that's why it's very important to listen today. And if you can write a note, that'd be good too. And the first, SKD. SKD is already, is everyone who want to start the ketogenic diet. And if you're a beginner or your job is sedentary, you stay all day in front of a computer, or you're a programmer, designer, or your secretary, whatever. Most of the day you're just sitting and you're not moving much. This is a perfect diet to start. And also usually they're like that, like they don't like to do lots of activity. And also it's like a beginner exercise. They just want to get into exercise, and it's a perfect diet for you. And another one is very important. If someone who has hormone imbalance, you want to look up this diet. You want to start with this one, and you will improve your hormone in the future. So we're going to get into that for the next webinar, but I just based on touch this one who actually can look up this diet. So let's go first through the SKD. It's mainly the nutrient, macronutrient ratio is 75% comes from fat source, and 25% comes from protein source, and really low carbohydrate. Less than 5% comes from net carbohydrate. Because the reason why standard ketogenic diet is the easiest, is this the basic. When you do it, you can get in ketosis. Then you can produce the ketones, and then you can use the ketones for your energy source. So that's the SKD. And most important, some people say, okay, so now I know, okay, the ratio is 75 and 25 and 5, but how do I know how many grams I have to take for the protein and carbs and the fat? I have no idea. So mainly if you do that, easiest to calculate is if your body weight you measure as a kilogram, you just have to multiply 0.8 grams protein per your body weight. If you weigh yourself with the pounds, you just multiply as 0.36 grams per your body weight. That's going to be your protein portions per day. And then carbohydrate, please take low glycemic index. It's very important. And especially when you design your plan for SKD, make sure that your fat portion is just spread out evenly, beginning, at least a couple of weeks. Like breakfast, if you have, let's say, square 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you want to spread it evenly. So then some people like they're more like active or they're more hungry like during like morning, and some people is like as you go evening time. Let's say one of my clients, she likes to munch at night, and then she usually eat dinner really early because of kids and husband. And then after that, before she goes to bed, she feel like, oh my God, I'm hungry, I want to eat something. Then what you can do in the future, you can add more fat later at night and then take away the fat portion from your lunch or breakfast. So you can play with it in the future. Depends on your lifestyle, depends on your metabolic rate. So that's what you can do. And the most important, don't forget to take fiber. Because number one, the benefit of fiber is like when you eat fiber with your meal, you feel more satisfied. And then the most important is it helps your digestion. So, but please don't get those fibers, go get like in, supplement store, get powder and mix with water, Get the fiber from the food, whole food based, get from the vegetable. For example, if you have like 7 to 10 cups of vegetable or pounds of vegetable, you cover entire your fiber. Female, as a daily, you're supposed to take a fiber, 35 grams up to 45 grams. And male, you're supposed to take up to 45 grams up to 50 grams. So if you take like under less than like 20 grams, you want to increase every day 5 grams up. If it's too much for you, at least every week you increase 5 grams up. So you meet your daily fiber portion. That's really important for your digestion. So that's what you have to do. And let's see about targeted ketogenic diet. Targeted ketogenic diet is amazing for people who love sweet. They have a sweet tooth. Like, oh my God, I love my chocolate. Oh my God, I love the sweet. Those small little dessert. I must have it. And I craving for sweet. And those people is perfect for targeted ketogenic diet, because the reason why, this is based on SKD, standard ketogenic diet, daily basis. So you don't get out in ketosis. But instead of spreading out your carbohydrate each meal, you are going to take that net carbohydrate right before it's like around your workout time, right before or during workout or after workout. So usually at the best time to take it is like before your workout. So you can have like those sweet before your workout, but don't go over like let's say 25 grams is per day your carbohydrate portion. Then don't go over, because you don't want to get out ketosis. And also, who really good for this diet is many trainers, because trainer is not like, oh, I'm not going to work out, I'm just going to do like 1 or 2 times exercise, or like, oh, this week I'm going to skip. No, usually they're at the gym, they use their body a lot, and then they train at least like, it's their lifestyle, at least they do like 3, max 4, sometimes 5 days a week they work out. So many trainers, they do this targeted ketogenic diet, and also intermediate exerciser. They're not really beginner, and they want to improve their training, that like strength and endurance, the intensive workout. Then it's perfect diet for you, because when you eat those like a fast acting carbohydrate right before your workout, it's going to get into your body very quickly in your glycogen, and then you can use that, and then you're going to have more strength, and then you can push more. You're going to have better workout. So that's the main reason you want to be on the targeted ketogenic diet. I usually give to my client at the beginning when they come in for the weight loss, and then they don't know how to do exercise. They can do first standard ketogenic diet, and then followed by a couple of months later, they're off like 20 pounds, even 30 pounds, and they feel great, they get more motivated. So they go to gym often, and then they learn exercise, and then they want to push more. So they want to speed up their actually weight loss or fat loss. They can move on to targeted ketogenic diet. So that's the main thing. And another one, the finer, I'm going to show you this one. I'm going to share with you here. Cycling ketogenic diet. Okay, this one already we went through it. This one also we went through about targeted ketogenic diet and cycling ketogenic diet. This is like really many like advanced exerciser and athlete and the power lifter and even like many bodybuilders, they use this method because this is amazing. Actually, like getting your lean muscle mass, and then you can push your exercise to the max and you get result with this one. So what is the ketogenic cycling ketogenic diet? It's mainly what you have to do. You're going to stay on the standard ketogenic diet for 5-6 days. You really have to be strict because you have to empty your inside the glycogen. So then you really deplete your body. And then after that, of course, you're going to be tired and you're going to be really like, okay, you don't have strength to push the more. And then you are going to have either you call this one refeeding or carbs loading. And 1 or 2 days, you're going to have the massive carbs. And then you're going to have amazing workout. You're going to lift more heavier, and you're going to actually go the maximum exercise, high intense training. You can perform this. So here there are two things. I talk about 5-6 days the depleting, and then carbs loading 1 or 2 days. Or some people, they do like 10 or 12 days, even 2 weeks. They really go on for standard ketogenic diet. And then they just like refeeding themselves like 3 to 4 days. But most of people, they go for the 5-6 days because it's so meet within our like weekly schedule. Let's say Monday to Friday, you do the standard ketogenic diet, and then followed by weekend, you just go to the restaurant, you kind of treat yourself, and all day you carb up and rest and training. Well, this is amazing. Actually, this is a really good plan. 5-6 days, and then 1 or 2 days carb loading. Only one thing, this one, I have to tell you, because you have a very short period to deplete your body and stay in ketosis, so you really have to strict. You don't nimble stuff. You don't add the extra calorie. You don't add the extra fat or extra carbohydrate. You stay in standard ketogenic diet strictly. And then even though when you do carb loading, you have to kind of measure your carbs and portions so you don't really spill over in your glycogen. So I suggest to people when they start to cycling ketogenic diet, and the first, let's say you deplete about 5 days, even I extend up to 6 days, and then I only give them 1 day carbs loading and see the reaction, and then how long it take to re-enter ketosis. So the best way you can do it, try it out. And then you see if your training is like improving, and then you have a better energy to push. And then after how long it takes to get back to ketosis, then you can take it from there to extend to 2 days. So for example, I explained to you, okay, this one I'm going to stop sharing. Okay. All right. So I tried this one, and then really this is amazing because we all want to get treat, right? It's like it seems like a standard ketogenic diet is like you have really low carbohydrate, but you have something to look for during weekend. So you eat like strict standard ketogenic diet for during week, and the weekend oh, I'm going to have a sushi, I'm going to have big sweet potato, or even regular potato with some steak and whatever, or a hamburger, whatever you want to have it, you can have that. And then you're gonna just store entire full your glycogen, and then you coming the next week you workout, you're gonna have a great workout. You're gonna get pumped, and then you're gonna push to the max, and you're gonna get result, and ended up you're gonna also play with your metabolism. So when you're doing over and over this one, your body adapt your schedule. So then you're gonna build muscle, you're gonna get leaner, and even very fast you can get in to ketosis. So now you're gonna say, okay, so I had during week I deplete my body, and then I did carb up. Then what is the best way I can re-enter my ketosis? So I'm going to explain to you that. So here again, I'm gonna share screen with you. All right, right here. Go on. That's it. Re-entering ketosis on cycling ketogenic diet. After, let's say, your last carb up day was Sunday, and then followed by the Monday, best thing, you do fasting, intermittent fasting. It's not like you're not eating all day, but let's say you extend the not eating time longer, because that's the fastest way you can get in ketosis. And then the first day you do that, but don't forget to do exercise. You're advanced, you are bodybuilder, or you're, and you're gonna train very high intense interval training, and you do just the intermittent fasting, and then followed by second day, you're still gonna train very hard, but you're gonna give a little bit of carbs, which is 1 or 2%, not even 5%. But you're gonna have your protein, you're gonna have your fat, but just the carbs, you're gonna have like a minimum carbs, you're gonna have it. And followed by third day, already 48 hours later, you're gonna slowly depleting your glycogen. You're getting in there. So your intensity training gonna be a little bit lower. So medium intensity training, you're gonna do it, but it's the best way is on an empty stomach. That way, it's really fast. You can get in ketosis. And then you're back to your standard ketogenic diet. You deplete again. That's the fastest way you can get into ketosis. So that's it. Talk about this one. And I'm going to talk to you about exercise a little bit, the type of exercise. Mainly, FITT, what stand for? This is frequency, intensity, and time and type of exercise. This is the rule for the exercise. Don't forget, I put here meditation. Meditation is also exercise. If somebody who need more meditation, then boot camp for their hormone balance, and for those successfully you want to lose your weight, meditation is a part of exercise. So let's go through one by one. Here, when you are standard ketogenic diet and you're a beginner exerciser, it's very good to do meditation and the yoga and the low intensity exercise, even outdoor walking. Walk with your dog 30 minutes and just enjoy outside. It's gonna work, because the reason why, when you get into ketosis and then you want to do it right when you're a beginner, focus on meal plan first. You are in the kitchen. Everything happens in the kitchen. So you make sure that your portion is right, what is working for you, and then you make that routine first. And then same time to time, you're going to have a very low intensity exercise to start. And then here, targeted ketogenic diet. Yes, as I say, high intense interval training. This, you're going to play with your heart rate. For example, best way to go like a 90 second, you go very intense. you play with your heart rate, and then you have like a little bit of recuperation time. You're gonna have those waves at 90 seconds fast and then less than 30 seconds slow. So this interval training for maximize, because you still having those sweat before your workout or even during workout, you want to burn it off everything and then have a better workout. So that exercise is going to work with a targeted ketogenic diet. If you're gonna do only meditation and yoga and then you're gonna eat sweet, and not gonna work. And then last one, cycling ketogenic diet, as I say, is a high intensity exercise and low reps and heavy lifting, even like 1 rep max. You go extremely heavy just to go for the power and the sprinting and the swing your kettlebell. It's your heart rate gonna go up. It's the worse than you just do running. So swing the kettlebell and this circuit training without resting. So those are actually for the perfect for the cycling ketogenic diet. So that's a different type of exercise that you want to play with it. Okay, now when you look at this one, I have to go through this one very quickly with you. This one is just a guideline. If you are not sure how much calorie you have to consume, I'm not all about calorie in and calorie out. I'm more concerned about the food, the quality, and the macro portion. That's more concern. But if you are really overweight and you really come for weight loss, it's a calorie count. So for example, let's say daily maintaining calories is 15 to 16 calories per pound, your body weight. So for example, let's say this is sanitary. It's like you're just sitting all day. Your calorie should be like a 10 calorie per pound. So if you are 200 pounds, you're not going to multiply 15 to 16 calorie. You're going to calculate times 10 calorie. So that's your daily calorie portion. And then you're going to see by week, and by week you want to subtract a little bit if you reach your plateau. You can do that too. Or here, extremely active person. Let's say your job is a really physical job. You go out like construction and you all day outside working, moving, lifting stuff. Let's say you're 200 pounds. Well, at least you have to consume like 4,000 calories per day. So this is just a guideline. So see the metabolic rates and the calorie level. If you need this chart, just send me email. I'm going to give you those like a PDF file. So that's it. And now, oh wow, this is I want to see you and talk to you for this one, because this is my favorite part. So here, okay, the relationship between liver and ketogenic diet. Why is so important to liver? Anybody know what liver does for your body? I want to know if anybody know about this one. Because liver, it's like so important. Liver is actually, it's an organ. It's not even gland. But usually hormones, all those in your body hormones, like insulin, glucagon, and any like estrogen, or even your stress hormone, all those hormones, usually your body, the gland, they make hormone. But do you know that liver actually make hormone and they regulate hormone? So can you see this relationship between liver and ketogenic diet? And also another thing, liver, it metabolizes protein, fat, and carbohydrate. So whatever you eat, the food, liver gonna metabolize this one and extract all those free fatty acid, and then those waste they're gonna actually send to the other place. So liver is really important. Even though you wanna be on ketogenic diet, if you don't have a good liver, it's going to be really tough for you, because the liver also makes bile. You know what is bile? Bile is like a detergent. It actually, when you eat fat, especially ketogenic diet, we are on the high fat, and liver makes bile, and the bile going to actually take those fat, break down those fat and the waste they bring into small intestine. So it's very important to digest your fat. So if you don't have a good liver, there's no way you're going to digest your fat and you're not going to get result. That's why liver is so important when you want to be, anyway, even actually, I have to tell you this. It is important if you want to also be on any kind of diet. The liver is very important. So it's going to take all those good stuff in your deliver to your body, and the bad waste stuff is going to flush out in your body. So liver is number one, and it works 24/7. And other than this, there's over 500 functions. So you got to take care of the liver before actually you get into ketogenic diet. That important. And I'm going to show you really this what pathway the liver they do, so you understand better. Here, the liver pathway. Already we did this one, like produced and stored fat, regulates the balance of sex hormone and even other hormone as well, and produces bile is so important, and metabolize protein and carbs and fat, and produces cholesterol. As I say, over 500 functions. That's what liver does every day for your health. And this is what I want to share with you. First, let's say there's toxin, the fat soluble, anything that comes in. The first, the phase one, the liver, that's what they do. The fat soluble, they take those fatty acid, and then those waste, this phase one to phase two, they bring to phase two, and then it makes those waste to the water soluble. And then it goes to the gallbladder, it goes to the kidney, and then it goes through, and then your urine or your stool. So that much, this is a pathway. So that's how the liver store the fat and or even burn the fat. So this is important pathway. So here, I wrote all those what the nutrient needed for this process toxin comes in and how it can waste to go out in your body. There's many vitamins that you needed and minerals, but especially when you have a cruciferous vegetable every day, it's going to help to detox all those food and push out to your body. So that's why I keep on asking people to please have a vegetable. Please have a vegetable. I know you're going to have a good food, good protein, good source of fat, good source of carbohydrate. But if you don't eat vegetable, sometimes if you don't realize you don't have a good liver, you are not going to have a quality those vitamins and minerals in your body and nutrients food. So it's going to actually accumulate in your liver. That's not a good sign. And now we know why the liver is so important. And then I'm going to go back to through gallbladder. This is really, I want to talk about it. The reason why gallbladder, they stores and concentrate those biles. Liver produces biles all the time, but gallbladder is like deposit box. So they keep those stored the biles. So when you eat lots of fat in your gallbladder, they inside those bile that already get from the liver, it's go out those here, right? Green here, this is a gallbladder. This is here inside there's a bile, and then this is a bile duct. They're gonna bring the biles out. The liver is sent bile, and those wasted together, and then it go to your small intestine. So then someone asked me, oh, I don't have a gallbladder. I did a surgery. Or you have a gallstone, or well, but it's very common. Many people, they have a gallbladder remover, those surgery. But gallbladder is one thing that your body still can function without gallbladder. So it's not a really big problem. But if, for example, I really want to be on ketogenic diet, but I don't have a gallbladder. Isn't it dangerous if I have a high fat? It's going to be okay in my body? Yes, I would say yes, because the reason why, first of all, what's the reason you remove your gallbladder? When you remove your gallbladder because your gallbladder is like you have gallstones or you have a slot inside, that means already back then you didn't have a good liver. So here's the thing. I'm going to close down and talk to you. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you. So already before, I don't know, it's your lifestyle or some people just born without gallbladder. That's I cannot say anything. But you didn't have a gallbladder. You did, sorry. You didn't have a good liver. So when you don't have a good liver, you produce like a low quality bile. So that's why at the end that happened, you have to remove your gallbladder before you fix it. So what you can do, first take care of your liver. Stay away from sugar. Sugar is number one toxin for liver. Of course, there's like alcohol and sugar is the same thing. And then, you know, all those high carbs and the high glycemic index carbs is turning to sugar. So actually, ketogenic diet going to help you because you're going to do low carbohydrate diet. And then also another thing, 1 second. Yes, I agree with it. Someone said the tropic bile salt with each fatty meals prescribed by the naturopath. Okay, I'm going to get into that for you. So what happened first when you take care of your liver, because the liver can reversible, but you have to eat good and take care of your liver at least 3 years. Then you can have a good liver and then you're going to produce really good bile. You're going to have a quality bile. And only one thing, the reason why, because the liver keep on producing bile, but you don't have a gallbladder, that means you cannot store those bile. So when you eat, for example, I'm going to do ketogenic diet, so you had a high fat in your meal. And then because you don't have those stored many biles, so when you eat those fat, it's how you're going to break down everything and then deliver that. So you kind of worry about it. The best way you can do it, get the quality bile acid. I don't want you to get just like those like a cheap $9 of any bile salt and then take it with your meal. Yes, but if you're gonna have like a ketogenic diet, you're gonna have a lot more higher fat and you want to have a quality bile acid, bile salt. So you can have each with your meal with your other bile salt, or right after. When you finish your meal, about 10 to 20 minutes later, you can have your bile salt. So that's gonna cover, but the most important, when you select your fat, it's gotta be good fat. Because already it's like very hard to break down if you have those like other different type of fat. For example, liver, when you have like coconut oil, avocado, MCT oil, brain octane oil, and those oil, even olive oil, it's like it's easy to break down in your liver, and especially olive oil, the liver loves it. It's one of the detox food for your liver. So when you have those fat with your bile salts, and then you cover. And most important is that every person is different. So what you have to do, don't get, oh, okay, I calculate 75% of fat. Okay, I have to take this much. For example, I have to have 100 grams of fat per day. For example, if you don't have a gallbladder, start with like 70 grams, a little less. And you see how you feel after you ate your meal. If your digestion is okay, you don't have other symptom, and then a week later, you're going to increase maybe 10 grams extra your fat. You can do that because you have different body condition. So you really have to take a look at it and make sure you especially have no gallbladder. You have to have all those good vegetable. You have to have enough fiber, and you have to take care of your liver. So you want to have a quality biles. So that's what you have to do. So I suggest that people have no gallbladder, you can go on ketogenic diet. Actually, you get better benefit than, just doing the regular diet, because the sugar is the worst. Yeah. So that's what you have to do. And now I'm going to talk about pancreas, is how important is the pancreas. So here, I'm going to share with you the screen. Yes, this is so important. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna this one like make it bigger here. Why? I want you to see this one. Okay, pancreas. Like people ignore this one. Like I don't understand why. Because pancreas is so important because they do like two important roles in the body. The first, it helps in digestion by producing enzyme. We call it the juice. Like pancreas produce the juice. Like it can digest all those carbohydrate, proteins, and fat. So people don't have a good pancreas. They don't have that enzyme to produce. They have a big problem with the digestion. They have a stomach ache. Every time they eat, they have nausea. It's really bad. And it's important. And number two is to regulate the blood sugar level. That's what, I told you about the insulin hormone. Pancreas produced insulin hormone because you know why? Have to regulate the blood sugar level. And now I'm going to show you this one right here. Insulin and glucagon. Both the two hormones. They work like it's like a feedback loop. It's insulin is that we already mentioned it. When you eat high in carbs or sugar, blood glucose level go up, right? So then your body try to regulate your blood sugar level, right? So what they do first, pancreas, they produce insulin hormone. So this insulin hormone going to take those glucose into the cell, and then they're going to regulate blood sugar level, and then you're going to use that for energy. And also this insulin going to go into your liver, and then it's going to store as your glycogen, and also in your muscle cell as well. So this is when you are eating carbs, that's what the pancreas producing insulin. And opposite, when you are not eating or you have a very low carbohydrate, then what happened? Blood glucose level drop down. So then what happened? When your blood sugar level go down, pancreas, they want to make sure that you have a good 80 to 100 blood sugar level. So if your blood sugar level go down, the pancreas produce glucagon. This glucagon hormone, it's gonna get into your liver. So liver, they're gonna take from there the glycogen, makes the glucose, take the glucose out, and then it's gonna get into push to your cells. So regulate your blood sugar level. So simply, insulin is when you are eating. Glucagon hormone when you're not eating. So now I'm telling you, if you don't have a good pancreas, you cannot digest anything, even though you eat good. Number two, if you don't have a good pancreas, you're gonna have problem, especially type 1 diabetes. They don't even have any insulin to be out. So it's one kind of also problem. So you really have to monitor if you want to be on ketogenic diet. And then if somebody who is a pancreatitis, usually people get that. I'm going to explain to you this one. I'm going to close down. Before, I think the ketogenic diet part 1, I told you, please, if you have a pancreatitis, don't get on a ketogenic diet. Avoid it, because if you are a beginner, you don't know really, you're not a professional, like a specialist, you don't want to take a risk. But pancreatitis, actually, where it comes from, let's say, for example, you are alcohol, like you like alcohol, you like to drink every day. For example, simply for about 10 to 15 years, if you drink every day more than, let's say for the wine, people say wine is good for you. Let's say how good is wine. If you have more than 4 glasses of wine every single day for up to 10 years to 15 years as your routine and habit, over 70% people, pancreatitis is coming from there. So that's why like alcohol is really bad for your pancreas. So that's why one of those reasons that I say like please avoid alcohol. It's not good for you. If the long run when you see your health, you cannot create a good health. So pancreas is also very important for your ketogenic diet. So today I cover this simple the relationship between liver and ketogenic diet. So now you know how important is liver and even other like is related to pancreas and your gallbladder. I'm going to talk about for the next week the topic. I will actually do it like every Tuesday because people like to do Tuesday. So I'm just gonna stick to Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And February 7th, how to clean your liver to get the maximum result on a ketogenic diet. So I have some books out there too. I have a video out there, but I'm gonna just make it simple, and then I'm gonna talk to you about it. So number one is the benefits of a liver detox on a ketogenic diet, and what should you eat to clean your liver. There's many information out there, but I will really tell you what's the easiest way you can do it and clean your liver, and then you can be on ketosis. And this is important. I'm going to talk about this for the many times of my webinars. Hormones and the ketogenic diet. There's so many hormones in our body, and it can trick to actually make you get into ketosis or not. Also, like it's huge. It's going to affect some of the hormone. If you have imbalance, it's going to make you sick and fat. So I'm going to talk about all those hormones and the ketogenic diet, how we relate to it. So that's going to be my next seminar. And where are you? Yes. I'm so sorry, beginning. You couldn't hear anything about some people keep on telling they couldn't hear. So thank you so much to give me that information. And I tried to cover this seminar for everything that you need to know about type of a ketogenic diet and type of exercise and the relationship between liver and ketogenic diet. If you have any question, I'm going to upload this video, but I'm going to try to edited this one because the beginning is like nobody could hear. So then you can comment in the below, and then you have a question, or you can email me at info@makeovernutrition.com. So I try to answer you what you need to know. So thank you so much, and have a fantastic Tuesday. It's going to be good. I'm going to get out and I'm going to get some sun for 30 minutes. I need the vitamin D3 today. So have a great day. Thank you. Bye.